Honorable members, I want to welcome you to this afternoon's sitting.
On Tuesday, 7th March 2023, legislators from Karamoja called for the immediate resignation of the Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Honorable Mary Goretti Kitutu, and her deputy, Honorable Agnes Nandutu, over mismanaging relief items.
Uganda shillings 8.2 billion being the balance of the 39 billion supplementary budget stands unaccounted for, and of the 100,000 iron sheets, only 650 iron sheets were distributed in the entire region on the 7th of June 2022, when the President officially launched the distribution of iron sheets and goods in Adunget sub-county of Moroto district. Less than 35% of the goods that have been distributed to the intended beneficiaries, and in this such as Napak, even those that were given there, 70% of those goods died within the first 2 weeks because they were sick. The Minister for Karamoja Affairs has obviously mismanaged the distribution of goods, iron sheets, and maize in the sub-region. Now, therefore, it be resolved by this House that Parliament, through the relevant committee, inquires into the alleged mismanagement of relief items in the office of the Prime Minister, and that the Minister of Karamoja Affairs, Honorable Dr. Mary Goretti Kitutu, and the Minister of State for Karamoja Affairs, Honorable Agnes Nandutu, do resign to allow proper investigations to the matter.
It is a matter that tests our willingness to fight corruption. It also tests how far we can go as a parliament in exercising our job of oversight on the excesses of government.
Honorable members, we will not allot time for this debate. We are referring this report to the Committee of Presidential Affairs, and they will report back in 2 weeks' time.
In the sitting, the Speaker, Anita Amongi, called for the establishment of a policy to harmonize school fees in Uganda, noting significant variations in fees charged by different institutions.
We know we are in a free market economy, but we cannot get all that school fees from the parents. And remember, we have UPE and USE, and we have a right to education. We should allow our children to study. Now it is only children of the rich people who are studying. The poor people's children are not studying. The dropout is so high. The girl children are getting married so early. These children are not studying. So we need to regulate on the issue of school fees. Government needs to come up with a policy on how we can make sure that the school fees is regulated and nobody should be able to charge all those high fees.
The Speaker also announced that President Yoweri Museveni rejected a proposal in the Markets Bill 2021 to allow companies and private individuals to own and operate markets, and returned the bill to Parliament for reconsideration.
Given the problems that has been associated with the involvement of the private persons or companies in the management of government markets, public markets should be developed and managed by the local authorities. Therefore, the above clause should be deleted. Sections 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. Market Management Committee. Local authorities should manage public markets directly without direct involvement of the vendors in the day-to-day management of the market. Therefore, the above clauses should be deleted. I put a question that clause 19, clause 20, clause 21, clause 22, clause 23, clause 24, clause 25, clause 26, clause 27 be deleted as per proposed by the committee. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, I put a question that the market bills as returned by His Excellency the President be read a third time and do pass. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
During the sitting, workers' members of parliament disagreed with a recommendation directing them to refund the 10% contributions from the National Social Security Fund, NSSF, saying they were not given a fair hearing. The recommendation was contained in a report of the Select Committee that investigated the alleged mismanagement of the National Social Security Fund.
The committee notes that the board members have been illegally receiving NSSF contributions of 10% because there exists no employer relationship between the board members and NSSF to warrant such contributions. The committee further notes that such contributions are not provided as a benefit of a member of the board is entitled to under the board charter, making such contributions illegal. The members who have been receiving the 10%, see the table below: Mugole Stephen, 32 million, Weriche Peter Christopher, 37 million, Kunihira Agnes, 12 million. The committee recommends that the above board members who have been receiving the money should refund it within 7 working days or face prosecution by the office of the DPP.
The right to be heard means that a person must appear before an impartial tribunal, in this case the committee, before it proceeds to render such an adverse recommendation. Right Honorable Speaker, had the committee invited us, they would have not come up with such recommendations.
On the entitlement of 10%, this was a resolution made by the area board, which the following boards who are going there were just receiving. I was not have any meeting in a party that decided that I should earn 10%.
I was never involved that time in determining our benefits as a board member. I therefore would like to state as follows: that the matter of 10% statutory contribution was settled under the said Minute 187.9.
On Thursday, 9th March 2023, the House adopted a recommendation by the Select Committee directing the Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, Honourable Betty Amongi, to resign with immediate effect on account of abuse of office.
The actions of the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Honourable Betty Amongi Ongom, in directing 6 billion to be availed to her ministry amounts to the abuse of office, since the minister, being the supervisor of NSSF without any law empowering her to do so, and knowing that the ministry activities are financed through appropriation, did an act which is prejudicial to the savers' funds and the just administration of the NSSF. The committee therefore recommends that the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Honourable Betty Amongi Ongom, resigns in public interest with immediate effect.
On the other issue of the 6 billion, I was guiding reallocation of budgets to an area of priority. That budget is NSSF budget. It is not a budget for Ministry of Gender. The committee itself, in their report, has accepted that the budget is for the 6 billion is for NSSF, and they enumerate the activities.
We advised the Minister of Gender.
Who?
In a meeting which we held at the Ministry of Finance, chaired by Matia Kasaija, Minister of Finance, that when the matter of 6 billion came to our attention, we advised that, look, this is hard-earned money by the savers. This is not government money. It is money which is contributed by the savers.
I have been condemned without evidence, without facts, and without reference to points of law. In fact, I'm being victimized, yet I'm the whistleblower.
In the sitting, the Anti-Homosexuality Bill 2023 was tabled for first reading.
I beg to move that the bill entitled the Anti-Homosexuality Bill 2023 be read for the first time.
Thank you, Honorable Basalirwa. Pursuant to Rule 129, I now refer the bill to Committee of Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, and I will also ask the committee to ensure there is sufficient public hearing on this bill. Nothing should be hidden, and as I've already said, all the members will vote by tally. We will call the person and the person will vote.
The Speaker also announced to members of Parliament of President Yoweri Museveni's scheduled address to Parliament.
His Excellency the President will be coming to address the House on 16th. That is on Thursday. He's going to address the House on matters of national importance that concern the country.
The leader of the opposition in Parliament, Honorable Mathias Mpuga, questioned the decision behind the penalties against poor waste management while presenting a statement on the post-recess situation.
On February 8th, 2023, NEMA instituted express penalties in respect of various environmental breaches, ranging between 3 million to 100 million. The fines are not only unrealistic but also inequitable, and therefore should be clarified, at least for the benefit of our lay citizens. Right, Honourable Speaker, we recognize the fact that there is a huge negative impact on improper waste management and on the ecosystem. We observe that the express penalty scheme was drafted in haste. We want to request that the Minister for Environment comes to the House to explain the cascading nature and the hierarchy of these penalties, because as a House of Parliament, we're the best educators of our citizenry, and therefore we need to understand how the Minister or the Ministry came up with these penalties and the figures that look arbitrary and the way they were fixed.
I now adjourn the House to 2 p.m. on Tuesday.